brain checked out. Scary thought, I don't even know if I want to do this, but. Is it you?
It's me. We all grew up. Cory, Rob.
Nice to meet you.
We're gonna put electrodes on your head and it'll read your brainwaves based on what we see on the brainwaves and how your brain's functioning, that there's room for optimization.
Will this help me with my wife and kids?
We can at least help give that person, that high performer, the tools to help deal with that and manage that anxiety and stress and those distractions. So not necessarily therapy, but definitely therapeutic.
Hey Robert, I'm Cory Nastazio. They call me Nasty. I'm extreme. I'm probably the extremist. I've made a lot of money in my career and I've partied with the best of them. Lost a lot of brain cells, and I'm just wanted to give you kind of a heads up before I might scare you when your machine breaks. I watched Kobe Bryant. He's my age exactly. I'm so good when this run doesn't count. I mean, when this run counts, I'm horrible. Let me tell you something real quick. Don't ride with emotion. Right. Don't do it for anybody.
And so what if I told you you can ride without emotion and let those emotions work for you? What we teach people here is how to be in the moment and be the fly on the wall for their own self. Even though we might have managed the drop-in or they called my name stress, how do we manage the, oh, now I have an MTV show stress?
Your brain's job is to solely keep you alive. So how do you get your brain to go past safety and into crazy?
Right. I'm just a beast, and I just love it. Pain don't hurt me, fear don't scare me. But the other day, I built the jump, everything was great, and then I got up on the roll-in. Every time I went in, I couldn't even jump the setup jump right. My mind was just flickering, and I got so mad. I had this filmer out there with all this shit set up, and then I get to the lip and it's just black, and I'm like, what the fuck? You know, I said, this is how you feel sometimes when you get pressured into having to step your run up at a contest, and you have an option to either settle and just be content with third, or step outside the comfort zone and make this happen for first place. This mental block, and I grabbed my bike, threw it in the car, packed my shit up, and left the dude in the field and said, I gotta go. The physical's there, the training's there. I mean, I do the double flip with my eyes closed. Subconsciously, is that a word?
Good word. And now you've gotten in the habit of beating yourself up mentally,
emotionally
to do it, and that's not working for you either.
Right.
I like how you say between you and me in front of the camera.
This was rad, Dad.
Let's hook your brain up to this frontal lobe of yours. We'll hook you up and we'll give you a test.
I do things like horseshoes. Yesterday I played for 5 hours.
We're talking about peak performance, period. Something could happen. I'm doing this anyway. We see it at the Super Bowl. We see it in tennis. The best doesn't always win.
Right.
There's a lot of people on paper who are the best, and it's not there.
Okay, I want to say that all the fire I see
that's
is where I shot him out.
You're an extremist, right?
And all the clarity, all the white teeth along the edges there, that's all I got left.
You're flexing all over the place, taking in new information, thinking about it, spitting out information, and we're adapting.
And we can tell just by the 2-minute test that you're thinking.
It felt like when you handed me this thing,
And it was time to go.
and it was time to go when I got to the lip, and it was time to go.
So the only section that's really, really dark
Where he was taking that test?
is the time when you took the test.
What's going on?
You guys are tripping me out right now.
It's like, but somehow you've got this thing built up in your head about the competition that it's so much different. And I guess maybe it's because there are cameras and there are sponsors and it's a different environment, but at the end of the day, it's just some dudes jumping some jumps. You know, you've really made it into something else in your head. You've made it into something else. And then when I hear you talk, it's like, you know, I'm 35 and I'm running out of time. It's like, first of all, you're running out of time as soon as you come out the box, homie. As soon as you're born, clock's ticking. You guys were the first ones to actually get a legitimate sponsor. You guys were the first ones to actually take the uniforms off. I don't know why you wouldn't just continue the pattern of breaking new ground. Like, that's the mindset. And you've gotten out of your mindset because you're like comparing yourself to the young guys and you're comparing yourself to this and you're thinking you're running out of time when the truth of the matter is you're Cory Nastazio, the dude who breaks new ground. Those experiences or those thoughts are basically you letting us know that you have pretty strong beliefs about what it means to be 36 and a freestyler. And for you, it might mean the end is near, or I gotta retire soon, or whatever that stuff is, right? You have rules attached to it. Seems to me you have two different competing things. Because on one hand, you're saying like, I know I'm an innovator. I know I can do all these things. I know I can shut them down. But on the other hand, you're like going, I know I've been hurt, and I know I'm getting older. And so you have two different competing belief systems going, and then so what happens? It fades to black. Which one do we want to nourish? Which belief system, if you had to choose, which one would you want to nourish?
Yeah. That blows my mind. And I feel like this little meeting today could have just changed my life, bro. But just to know that you're right. At 35, I could be breaking new ground. And I have all the recipe and the tools to make that a reality.
Yeah.
I needed to know this. And I'll take that with me. I've been waiting to talk to somebody on that level, man, that knows. You guys, honestly, what we talked about today was, am I crying?